Parts, except for the one at the breast. And for some reason, odd as you might think, I like to line up the waist always, okay? Because that is my reference point. If anything were to change at the top and the bottom, the waist will always remain in the same place. So I'm gonna use this F, because it has all the plus signs and the F on it, as my guideline. But you guys use whatever lands on your paper. Make sure you leave about a handful at the top, because that's gonna be the extension that goes around the neck. Don't do it too close to the edge because you're gonna run out of paper, okay? We're not gonna add to the length, but we are going to add to the neck, okay? So let's just copy the pattern. Let's not forget this punch hole. And again, we're not doing all the alterations to a pattern to make it a blazer. This is just a dress. Because we need to add fullness and drop the armhole and so on. We will be doing that when we do our real jacket pattern, okay? Which we're gonna do like my jacket. See that I have no side seam? I have a panel right here under the arm. So that's exactly what we are going to be doing. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I wore deodorant today.
We have the complicated darts finished over there with the pockets.
Say it again?
I mean, this dart here is very complicated to finish here because it's, you see, it just halfway there, then you cut a pocket here, and then it's not continual.
Right.
Until the end of the
Right.
jacket. So it's like,
Well, the
consider
front continues into the side. This is actually a dart. This is not a different panel. It's the only little dart. And you're gonna say like, well, men doesn't have breast. Yeah, but you had chest, right? And so this dart is like really a baby dart. It's really very, very narrow. But then you have most of the shape right here done on the side, okay? If this would have been done for lady, maybe from this seam, we'll have a tiny little breast dart to give you more of the bust cut. But then again, it all depends on the silhouette that you want. If it's gonna be loose, then you don't need it. But if you want it to be very fitted, right? Just remember that men wear jackets different than women. Men wear it over a shirt. Women, sometimes you wear a suit with nothing underneath. So the jacket is actually your top. So you might want your jacket to be more fitted than just a loose jacket, right? I was gonna say blazer, but it doesn't necessarily has to be blazer. So as a refresher, since I'm copying this, can anybody give me the definition of a blazer? We talked about it last week. Long sleeves. It's a sport jacket with long sleeves and a lapel. See, somebody's paying attention. That's very nice. So this would be like right here.
Are you copying it?
I'm just copying the pattern because we need to manipulate the neck and we need to convert this dart into something different, okay? So that's why I want to have both patterns ready. Probably this is not coming on completely on the video, but it doesn't matter because I'm just copying it. And when we work on that shoulder, I will move the paper so it will be on the video. Don't forget to put your punch holes so you can draw the dart completely. You guys are going to be laughing at the video when you see my bald spot. Anyway. I mean, everybody's too agreeable on that. Okay? So here are the patterns. You guys can borrow these patterns if you forgot again your own patterns. Okay. All right. So now that we did this, it says figure 1 and 2, shoulder line modification. Trace the jacket patterns, transferring the back dart to the neckline. For other variations, see chapter 4. We'll not need to look at chapter 4. Adjust the shoulder using measurements given to improve the roll of the collar. Label A and adjust shoulder neck. Measure the back neck and add a 1/8 of an inch and record. Okay? Now, this is the question. Do I want us to measure after we adjusted the neck or before? Well, we're transferring the dart into the back neck, so we need to measure it after, because the extension of the collar is going to be sewn into the neck opening. And if we do it before, since we're transferring the dart into the neck, then it's going to be too small. Okay? So here it says that we need to drop down 1/4 of an inch in the front. See, 1/4 of an inch in the front. I'm going to write here down 1/4 of an inch. And we're not really changing the neck. What we're doing is just shifting this seam forward. And we're going to actually add it to the back. Okay? It's kind of like my shoulder, right? You see the shape of my shoulder line? I mean, parts of the back has been added to the front and some of parts of the front to the back. So that way I have like a lightning bolt seam on my shoulder rather than a straight shoulder line. It's just a design feature. So what it says here is that we need to make a line squared where the shoulder blades are. Okay? I'm gonna do it about 1/2 inch above the second notch. See the straightest part in here? So I'm gonna make the line over here. Okay? We're gonna close this dart and we're gonna open it here. Okay? So we need to have some cutting and some manipulation. So can you lift the tripod so I can move it a little closer here so you guys can see it? Okay, there we go. Thank you. So good? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to close this dart and open it here on the neck. I'm gonna eyeball it right here on the center, and I'm gonna make this line parallel to the center back. Let's say that I'm gonna do that maybe about 1.5 inches right there, right? And I'm going to manipulate this dart so I can close it here. Yes? And then it's gonna open here. Problem is there scotch tape? There's scotch tape right there. May I have it? Thank you. Okay. So right? Moving the dart over there, it's basically the same, right? Mm-hmm. We're good? So now we moved it here, and I'm glad that I have the paper underneath. So I can go ahead and tape that paper there. Coincidences. Now, you're gonna tell me, it's like, oh my God, you extended your dart and you actually take it in so much over here, right? But if you look at it, whatever we're taking in here, we're opening it up here, right? So we really have not added or taken off anything, considering that this side is still flat. So the shoulder has not changed. The only thing is we have closed the shoulder. Now the two shoulders should measure exactly the same, right? And we're gonna check that. But then we open the neckline more. So what is the reason for that? You guys remember when we did last week that notch collar jacket and we opened up the neck, I think it was 1/8 of an inch. So it's not gonna be too close, right? That is actually doing that. It's opening the neck on the back because it's a jacket. I'm gonna have a shirt underneath or a sweater or anything else. So it can't be exactly on the base of the neck. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so, ruler.
Are you following these steps or no?
I am,
Oh, you are.
yeah. I'm still on the first segment right here. You can see the picture, right?
Yeah.
I went down 1/4 of an inch in the back. So now I'm going to go up 1/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, I went down in the front and now I'm going up in the back. So see, when I went up that 1/4 of an inch, now the shoulder line is actually almost straight. Okay? And I'm gonna measure the front and the measure. This is when you miss clothes. It's like, ooh, I can just click it and it gives me the measurement, right? We learned that yesterday. So 5 here, okay? So this is the neckline. I will need to have this little baby French curve. Now we'll redraw it.